Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. If you are new to this video, before we get into it, make sure you're hitting that subscribe button, and next to the subscribe button there's a little notification bell. Please make sure you're hitting that, so then every time that I post up a new video, because I post up new videos every day, you're gonna get notified of all the amazing new videos that I post up every day to keep you guys inspired and motivated and educated, right, on the things that I talk about. So with that being said, let's get into the video. If you clicked on this video, you want to know more about why is it that the narcissists block you. Now, if you're new to my channel, let me educate you that I was in a narcissistic abusive relationship for almost 18 years. This is why I decided to make my YouTube channel, to inspire and talk to other people who've dealt with narcissists, who's been abused by narcissists, because damn, I faced it over 18 years. And it's only been a year now that I've been broken up with my narcissist, that he found his new supply. And through that year, I've educated myself on, narcissistic abuse, narcissists themselves. And then I took a look at who I was as a person and started to break down and do the inner work. Now, then I took all those things that I educated myself on, and then I looked at my circumstances and what I was facing and the challenges that I went through, and the heartache that I went through, the abuse that I went through mentally, emotionally. At one point he was physically abusing me. And then I, decided to join different groups, of narcissism and narcissistic abuse, right? Both sides, to again educate myself. And then through that education, I decided to connect. Is there a pattern in what happened to me comparison to what happened to other people who've experienced the abuse from a narcissist? And there was patterns. So again, me talking about these things, these topics on my YouTube channel, right, is to shed light on these situations, that if you're going through this, you're not the only person. You're not the only one out there. And if you're not educated on what you're going through, I want to help bring knowledge that what you're going through, first of all, there's other people out there going through it too, right? So you can relate to my videos. You can relate that I've actually been through it, because nothing that I talk on my YouTube channel, I haven't experienced. Because I hate hearing people give advice or give tips and share things that they have not experienced. That is a pet peeve of mine. So on my YouTube channel, I want to make sure that whatever I talk about, I've experienced it. I've been through it. And this is why, again, I'm talking about this topic, because damn, my narcissist found his supply and been with his supply for a year, and I still go through him blocking me, unblocking me, blocking me, unblocking me. And then I started to educate myself. Why is it that the narcissist always blocks you and unblocks you? So the reason why, right, they block you, number one, is through control. Narcissists are all about controlling you. To them and their eyes, it was never about love. It was about control. It was about them having access to you, and again, treating you like an object, putting you down, picking you up, putting you down, picking you up. So when they discard you, let's say they find another supply and they discard you, that does not mean they don't want to play with their toy. That does not mean they don't want to pick up that object and still fancy it or get attention from it, right? So this is why they block you and unblock you, because in their mind, right, it's kind of like, I want to shut you off, put you down. I don't want to hear your noise. I don't want to have to hear you're sad or you miss them, or because they don't truly feel the same emotions that you feel. So when they block you, it's like they can literally just shut down. That narcissists have a way of literally just shutting down they know how to control their emotions. So I kind of say it's like, picture like it's like a file cabinet. In their mind, they have a file cabinet, and you're a file within their filing cabinet in their mind, and they can literally pick out that file when they need it and then put it back, and they close that file. Kind of like how you are in their mind. They can shut their emotions down on what it is that they want fed from you. Shut it all down. And then when they get an urge and they want that attention from you, they unblock you, and then they contact you. And if you're co-parenting, I've experienced this. If you're co-parenting, they will reach out to you, and the simplest thing, oh, can I speak to my child? Can I do this? Can I do that? When there's other means of them getting the responses that they want from, maybe if you put boundaries in emailing, they can email you. But no, they will call you blocked. They will still make the attempt to overstep their boundaries with you, because at the end of the day, they don't care. Even though if you block them, right? But you block them because you want zero contact with them, but you blocked them and they blocked you first, right? Narcissists always want to have one. It's all about power. Remember that. So they always want to they always want to be one step ahead of you. They always want to be one above you, and you are below them. So them blocking you first, again, is just them shutting down their emotions, shutting down their need of what they wanted from you, their emotions of pleasure. They don't want it no more, so they shut it down, so they'll block you. Or they'll block you because you're being too much, right? And they just don't want to deal with that. They don't want to deal with that. So there's like, before she even comes at me with any arguments or telling me that she misses me, or why am I doing this, or why am I doing, and they have to answer to any of your questions, right? Before you can do anything, they kind of get an idea that they did something wrong. And when they know that they did something wrong, they'll block you, because they don't want to deal with those emotions. Like I said, narcissists know exactly how to shut it down, shut it off. Pick up that file, close that filing cabinet, then reopening that file cabinet. That's kind of like how their mind works. It's not like an average Joe person where it's like, we don't know how to shut down the people that are getting abused. They tend to prey on people who are very kind, caring, loving, opposite of what they actually are. That's exactly what that is, right? So they on the other hand, it's like they'll pick out relationships with people who are opposite to them, right? Who will show them that, because the more caring you are, the more loving you are, the more you are of what they are not. They know that narcissist is, again, all about their needs, right? And all what they want. So they pick out relationships on people that have what they don't have, and that they know. Remember what I said, it's like a fiend. It's like a your supply. So at the end of the day, that's why they block you, unblock you, because they know that you're gonna be there. They know that because they basically abused you in this sense to keep you at certain levels mentally and emotionally, that again they feel that when they drop you, they block you, that's another tip. But when they block you, they can pick you back up. So the other tip on why, I'll get into it. The other tip on why they block you is because at the end of the day, they know that they're starting to condition you that they can still pick you up and drop you off, pick you up and drop you off. It kind of, with the blocking, I told you, it's like control, but it's like they're conditioning you. They're conditioning you to like feel that abuse, right? That when you try to pick up for yourself, right, and you try to show them what they did wrong, they're going to show you, no, 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 no. You can't control me. I don't need to hear anything you have to say. I don't want to hear that I'm wrong. I'm going to block you, right? Because when I was with my narcissist for 18 years, anytime that we would get into an argument, he would like leave the house, or I would get mad and I would tell him leave. He would say no problem, because he knows that he doesn't want to hear anything about what he did wrong. So he'll just automatically leave. And then when he leaves the house, he blocks me. He blocks me, so then he knows that I want to communicate with him. He knows I want to talk to him about the situation. He knows narcissists don't like communication, because at the end of the day, like I said, they're all ego driven. They're all about ego. They don't want their ego to get bruised. So if you're to show the narcissist what they're doing wrong, how they hurt you, and all this stuff like that, then that's hurting their ego, bruising their ego. So again, the narcissist will always take the easy routes out. That's why it's easier to just block you, whether you're in a relationship with them or you're not in a relationship with them. When they discard you and they get a new supply, you'll see though, and you're hurt. Some people, I know I was there. I used to contact my ex after he found his new supply. I used to try to contact him and be like, why'd you do this to me? Like I gave you everything. Like, it hurt so bad. And even though I knew the facts, I still can control how my emotions felt, because I was so traumatized, right? And how fast he dropped me and how fast he let me go, because my narcissist slept with me the day before he moved in with another girl, right? So again, when you're that traumatized, you make actions throughout your emotions and not through the facts. I knew the facts is that he had a new girlfriend, but my emotions were just so traumatized. I was so hurt. I was so going through so much pain. I couldn't stop messaging him, asking him, like, I just wanted an explanation. But at that time, I didn't know what narcissism was. I did not know that I was being abused, because I was so used to it. I was so conditioned to the abuse, right? So he would block me. And then when he wanted to get attention from me, he would unblock me. He'll be like, hey, out of nowhere. Hey, he does it to this day. Hey, how's it going? Like recently he messaged me and he's just like, hey, Happy New Year. Happy New Year's. How are you doing? After 3 weeks ago, talking to me about how he wanted to come sleep with me, right? And then when I told him how I felt, like I don't want to sleep with you. Like I'm looking for a relationship. You can't give me that. He's just like, fine. And blocked me. And then recently unblocked me again, just to reach out to me to say Happy New Year and all this other stuff, after he cursed me out and told me that how I would never want a relationship with you. You're this, you're that. And I'm just like, fine, that's no problem. But it wasn't the response that he wanted. So because when they don't get the response that they want, they will block you because you hurt their ego, right? So at the end, then when that emotion subsides and they want you to feed their ego again, with narcissists, even just a reply when they want to reply is feeding their ego. This is why it's so important to go zero contact, no contact with the narcissist, because they will take any supply. Any supply is good supply to them, right? So that's why it's so good to go zero contact. Like, we can block them, but at the end of the day, my ex, even though I had him blocked, because a lot of people ask me, oh, why don't you have your narcissist block? I'm like, because to me, it makes no sense to play into their game. Because like, let's say I have a kid with my narcissist. If there's an emergency and I have to, no matter what, get a hold of him, I have to speak to him because he's not respecting my boundaries with the email. So I have to contact him if there's an emergency. And if I do block him, he still calls me block. He'll still try to message me or whatever the case may be. So it's like, to me, you get to a certain point when you build up that strength where it doesn't faze you no more. It doesn't faze you that they're going to keep trying to contact you. At the end of the day, I just don't respond. It's that simple. Like, I just don't respond. Hey, you can message me, but I won't respond to you. I'm just going to message you through email. That's it. Either you're going to answer through email or you're not, but I'm not going to play this game of blocking you, unblocking you. We have a kid together, right? And the responsible thing is that if there's an emergency, you need to get a hold of me. So I'm not going to play that game with blocking you. But at the end of the day, I'm giving you guys these examples to show you guys why the narcissist blocks you and plays that blocking game. You could still go no contact with somebody and not have to block them, especially if you have a kid with them. If they want to be immature and they want to block you just because their ego gets bruised because you're not feeding in to the attention that they are seeking from you whenever they feel like it, let them do that. Let them go ahead and do that, because let's say you have a kid with them and there's an emergency, that's going to be sucks for them that you can't even get a hold of them if there's an emergency with your kid. That's on them. That's them not thinking responsibly. So if they want to be irresponsible, let them be irresponsible. You can still have your boundaries with them and not block them. Let them play that blocking game. But at the end of the day, the reason why they play that blocking game is because they just want control over you, right? And they feel like when they're no longer with you, if they block you, they feel like, okay, I have control over her. I'm going to block her. Oh, I have control over her still. I'm going to unblock her. That's all it really is. At the end of the day, when the narcissist plays the blocking game with you, it's all about control. It's all about feeding their ego. It's all about in their sick mind, because narcissist, to me, it's like, it's a sickness, right? That it's just, okay, I want to know that I can pick her up or pick him up, because it's both ways. There are men narcissists and there's women narcissists, that I can put them down and pick them up whenever I feel like it. And in their sick mind, at the end of the day, even if you're not playing the game with them, they still feel like they're playing the game with you when they have access to their phone to say, okay, I'm going to block her or him and unblock. So it's still a game for them, even if, funny thing is even if you're not playing into their game. Right? So at the end of the day, when narcissists block you, all you can really do is laugh. I know if you're at the beginning of your healing process, I know it hurts like shit. It hurts really bad. And you can be questioning yourself, oh my God, why are they blocking me? Like, what did I do so wrong for them? And you ask all these wrong questions. This is why I'm making this video, to show you. You're not doing anything wrong. They just don't want to deal with any of your emotions, because they did not feel for you the same way that you felt for them. So this is why it's so easy for them to block you, because for them, again, you were just supply. They did not feel like how you're going through all that pain and that hurt. You're trauma bonded to them, but they were not trauma bonded to you. So this is why, again, it's so easy for them to just hit that block button and keep you blocked and unblock you when they want to play with you again. You are just supply. So I hope this video has helped you, inspired you, and uplifted you in some sort of way to understand why the narcissist blocks you, why not to feed into their game and feed their ego and unblock them and block them and keep going back and forth. Trust me, I did it, and it was just bullshit, right? It was just bullshit. Let them play their game by themselves and rise above that. That's why I'm making these videos, to help you to stay inspired, to be knowledgeable, to be above them, to grow mentally and emotionally, to wise up and rise up inside of your life. Join the Wise Up, Rise Up community, you guys. I urge you guys to join it. I have an amazing TikTok channel that's growing amazingly. And I give a lot of relationship advice on there. And I also answer a lot of people's comments. Go check that out. I'm going to leave the link in the comments. I'm actually dropping a new podcast. I drop podcasts every Thursday called the Wise Up, Rise Up podcast on Anchor and on Spotify. It's different content than what I put on TikTok. And it's different content than what I put on YouTube. So go check that out as well, you guys. A lot of relationship advice on there. Like I said, different content. And at the same time, you guys, if you guys would like to book a one-on-one session with me to help you to wise up and rise up inside of your situation one-on-one, because everybody's situations is different, I'm going to leave the link to my link tree where you can go in and book a free half-an-hour session with me personally to ask me any questions you want to see if I can help you within that half an hour. And then from there, we can go on and see if we will be good fit to work together to help you to become strong mentally and emotionally, like how I built my strength. Whatever I did, I'm trying to share with the world because I know there's other people out there that are suffering from narcissistic abuse, that it's really challenging to get through. So let's get through it together. Thank you so much for watching this video. And again, if you guys enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up, give me a thumbs down, let me know your comments. And I say in all my videos, each one teach one, share the love, share the knowledge. Whatever value you learn, you can always share it with somebody else to help somebody else to wise up and rise up inside of their lives. Let's get it. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Take care, and I'll see you guys again tomorrow on another video. Make sure you're hitting that notification bell.